What's up, everybody? It's Darkstrider, the YouTube assassin. And yesterday, I put up a video where I was asking if we should reuse past assassins in the Assassin's Creed series. And as usual, you guys always come out with some great input. You never fail to impress me. So a lot of you thought, yeah, you know, it would be cool to use certain assassins to come back, not all of them. Or you would love to see, you know, some of our favorites come back, get a couple of extra games, a little more game time. And even you would like to see assassins come back to close off some plot points that you feel were not fully developed or fully uncovered. You know, things like things going on with Connor, things going on with Bayek. A lot of you guys thought, you know, their stories were not finished at all. So I mean, it's just great input to see that, you know, you would want to see something like that. It's actually pretty cool. Now, along with that, I'm wondering if, should we also see the Assassin's Creed series use Templars? We know that the Templars have the technology to dive into DNA themselves. We know that Layla Hassan's machine allows her to dive into DNA and see past lives. Should we have Assassin's Creed games where you dive into the Templar lives, where you see things from their perspective? Now, I don't think I would want to see a game where, let's say, we dove into Rodrigo Borgia's past or his life. I don't think I would want to see a game where we dive into his life and we see, you know, the exact events of Assassin's Creed 2, but from his perspective. That would kind of be pointless. That would just be a rehash of Assassin's Creed. What I would like to see, maybe, is where we dive into a Templar's life and maybe see certain aspects. Like, if you remember in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Rodrigo Borgia and Cesare Borgia left the castle a lot. So what were they doing when they were gone from that castle? Was it anything interesting? Maybe we could go into an adventure that happened way before they got involved with any of these assassins. What if we have, you know, Rodrigo Borgia's rise to power? What if we have the very first Templar and we have a Templar origins? What if there's a specific thing that the Templars give into past DNA memories in order to uncover what the Templars know? Maybe we could do something like that. How do you think that game would play out? Do you think that that would be a good game? I honestly would not want to see something like that if it's going to be like in tandem with a certain game. You know, like if we had Assassin's Creed Origins come out and then we also had like the Templars that killed his son or were responsible for the murder of his son and were looking for the orb.
This must be
I don't think that
fishing village
that would be any fun at all, honestly, if we have it from their exact perspective.
She could be the one spoken of in the letter.
Maybe if it's, you know, like a rise to power or something like that, but, you know, I guess like a game like that would be kind of tricky because you can't exactly have it alongside the actual story that they've already done. Otherwise, that'll get boring. You know what's going to happen, you know what goes down. But what if we did something like that where, you know, you see how like that Templar rose to power, or you see how the assassin from Assassin's Creed 4 that Edward was hunting down, you see why he decided to defect, you know, and you see his story up until he meets his fatal end with Edward. I think that there's a lot of room, you know, for a good game like that. You know, I don't think that I would want to play the game where, you know, we're expecting this guy to die and, you know, we play up until he dies. That would be kind of crazy. Or, I mean, even we could play up until he dies, but, you know, it would have to be, you know, something exciting, you know. We know we're going to die at the end of this game, but it really should be exciting. There should be like some real crazy nonsense that goes into that. You know, I just feel that like a Templar game, or, you know, the assassins diving into Templar memories, or even the Templars diving into Templar memories, would actually make for like a different perspective. It would make for a fresh perspective. especially with everything going on where, you know, we're going full RPG mode and stuff like that. I don't want to see remakes of like Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood and stuff like that with RPG elements thrown in, but it would be interesting to see, you know, those kind of games or those kind of characters come back for a new game in which they're actually having the RPG elements, just like, you know, Odyssey and Origins. That would be cool. But a Templar game, I think that would give us a little more perspective on the Templars. What do you think? I mean, you know, like, I'm so tired of seeing like all this media and stuff like that where, you know, like if you don't have the comics, you can't really find out certain things that are going on. You know, honestly, yes, the comics, they're there for a reason. They have to sell comics, you know, if they're in the business of creating comics. But, you know, let's not take like major plot points and run away from the actual series. Let's get on the series and let's see if, you know, we could pick up, you know, maybe we pick up Juno's final days and we play as like the Templars who were trying to bring her back. You know, maybe we play, you know, from a perspective of the Templars when they went to go pick up the remains of Desmond. Maybe we play a perspective of the Templars where the Templars actually win one. How would that be? And then in the next game, maybe the Assassins go after them and, you know, they take the win back. There's like so much play that they could do. It's kind of crazy that we only go with Assassins whenever we dive into the Animus. How about a game that's half and half? How about a game that, you know, we play one half as a perspective from the Assassin and maybe the second half as the perspective from the Templar? Or even, you know, like have it intermittent between the two. We know that Layla's Animus can actually take multiple DNA and hold it in there. You know, she took Bayek and Aya's DNA and put it in the machine at the same time. Could it be possible that she finds an Assassin's DNA as well as a Templar's DNA in order to fully get what the actual story is? And then, you know, you have the scenario that you have with Assassin's Creed Origins, where Assassin's Creed Origins you got to play as one of two people. What if that's what they did, where both people actually existed in the same space and same time, except one was a Templar, one was an Assassin? I think the replayability on that would be like absolutely insane. You'd be able to play almost 2 games at once. That would actually be interesting. You know, like I would love to see something like that. I was really hoping that that's what was going on with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where, you know, you got to play as one or two characters. I was hoping that each one had their own storyline, and at the end, you know, you had like the multiple endings because it was different storylines. That would have been interesting. But unfortunately, they didn't do that. You know, like I said, Alexios is non-canon, and Cassandra is canon. And things that go on with Cassandra are what actually happens in the game. But, you know, Ubisoft should have actually done it where it's almost like 2 games in one. I think that a lot of people would have not only respected that and loved it, but, you know, people would not be as on the fence as they are right now about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We do have a lot of people that, you know, like they're one way or the other. Some people are like, yep, it's going to be great. We're going to go with this. It's not a problem. And then there are other people that are just like, you know what? I don't know how I feel about this. It's just too weird for me. I don't understand why they did it this way. They should have done it another way. And, you know, this kind of perspective where you actually do have 2 stories in one, I think that would have saved a lot of headache. A lot of people who are on the fence will, you know, just come over to the side of the Assassins and the game itself. But I think a lot of people are just waiting to see what other people think before they make a decision on Odyssey. You know, some people can't buy into like I'm playing as one guy who doesn't even exist, and then I'm playing as a girl, and like all the choices I make may not be the ones that she actually made as canon. It's kind of weird. But honestly, like I said, I would love to see an Assassin's Creed where we're playing from the perspective of a Templar. Maybe not even past Templars, maybe a new Templar. Like I said, maybe a story where the Templars win. Maybe they defeat a sect of assassins. That would actually be cool. But I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about that? Do you feel that that's something that would work? Do you feel that that's something that wouldn't work? Do you think that that's a little too extreme? Do you think that that would be a perfect setting to go with the new way that Ubisoft is actually making the Assassin's Creed series, where they're making it RPG? Like, do you think that this would fit in with their new direction? Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. And as always, thank you for watching.